Welcome back to J&J Dynasty. We're going to go over some fun stuff today, right? Welcome back. Just to start off the video, um, if you enjoy this information, give a good thumbs up. Please subscribe. On a mission and wishing for double digits. I don't know why, but just because. So click the subscribe button. Hit the bell for notifications. This is going to be a video that's a little bit different than the ones I've been doing. I'm at the office. I'm not in the dungeon. So hopefully I don't bump the desk and stuff too much and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So I apologize if I do. But let's get into this video. I'm calling this one Win from the Dumpster Bin or Bargain Bin. And basically, these are guys that nobody else is looking at or thinking about. And I think that they can be league winners for you. I've actually been investing in them, and I will tell you what I've been doing with these guys. All right. So once again, win by buying in the bargain bin. So that's going to be the whole synopsis of this video. And I'm going to run down each position, a guy that you can get for virtually nothing and still probably have a chance to win. And I will tell you why I think that they have a chance to win. All right. Well, let's start off here. We got Matt Stafford as a quarterback. Matt Stafford had the arm injury last year. The Rams had a terrible year. They lost a bunch of people on defense. I've seen other, pundits out there talking about, hey, Matt Stafford's going to have a good year. He's going to throw to Stafford, to Cooper Kupp. You're going to have to try and triple team Cooper Kupp. They've got a bad defense now, so they're going to have to throw the ball more. There's going to be a lot more opportunity, more plays to run, which is going to mean more passing options. So Stafford, I could easily see him getting 4,500 yards, well over 30 touchdowns, maybe even into the low 40s, and for throwing the ball. So he's definitely a guy that I'm picking up. Right before rookie drafts, I picked up an extra couple shares of Matt Stafford. I gave up a fifth-round pick in one league and pick 410 in another league, just because guys were going to be. Actually, I gave up. I think, went from 4.6 to 4.10 and got Matt Stafford to boot. So it cost me like 4 spots in the fourth round on one of them. So Matt Stafford, I think, is going to be a winner. Definitely a winner. I mean, worst case scenario, if you have a top flight quarterback in your one quarterback dynasty PPR league, and he might even apply to a super flex league. But if he's going to be your second or third or your primary backup quarterback, I don't think you're going to be going wrong with him. Like I said, figuring out about 4,500 yards this year, maybe even 40 touchdowns. So definitely he's definitely somebody you can look to score you some points, right? So once again, it's J&J Dynasty. Let's get to the next guy. It's Keontae Ingram, right? And with Keontae Ingram, one of the things that people are discounting with him, I don't think any of the running backs out there currently, like Fournette, Cook, Hunt, Elliott, any of these guys with the big names, none of them are going to go to Arizona because they all want to win. Arizona's obviously not going to win. So with that being the caveat, you say, hey, why are you talking about Keontae Ingram? You can get him for virtually nothing. If he's in rookie drafts, he's going late third or fourth round. I haven't seen many. People are hanging on to him for the most part. But one draft he didn't get drafted that he was out there that I saw. And basically, you have to remember, he's behind James Conner. James Conner never plays 16 games. So with his athletic profile, check out playerprofiler.com, he meets a lot of the benchmarks that you're looking for a 3-down bell cow running back. And everybody loves Roschon Johnson, but Keontae Ingram was the same guy, except he went to USC instead of stayed in Texas, right? So if you love Roschon, Keontae Ingram's got the size, he's got better speed, he's got better hands, he's been in the league a year already, and he's got opportunity for sure, being that that Connor is going to need a backup running back because, it was Connor and Chase Edmonds, and also Connor gets hurt every year. So that's why I think Keontae Ingram is a very good buy in this situation. So I see Keontae Ingram getting at least 150 touches, maybe even 200 touches this year. So you're looking for opportunity, right? And that's what he's going to get a lot of. He's going to get a lot of touches. So that's why I think that he's a good buy. A lot of people are sleeping on him. People are valuing guys like Jerome Ford and other guys higher than him when I think that he's going to be the guy who's going to get a lot more opportunity than those guys. All right. So that brings us to the next and probably the most controversial guy, Corey Davis. Everybody is all over Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's going to face double and triple coverage. That's still not going to preclude Rodgers from throwing to him because Rodgers gets his favorite receivers and he just force feeds them the ball. All the guys that came over from Green Bay and other places that they signed, Mecole Hardman, Lazard, Cobb, all these guys are dog crap. If you got them on your roster, cut them. My personal information for you, Corey Davis is slipping under the radar. You got to remember, he was a high first-round draft pick. I've read articles where Rodgers says he loves Corey Davis. If, in fact, he actually loves Corey Davis more than he likes Garrett Wilson winds up getting targeted or double-teamed. Who's he going to target? Obviously, Breece Hall and Michael Carter are probably going to get a lot of balls thrown out of the backfield a la Aaron Jones. But Corey Davis could be the guy who winds up with 120 or 130 targets, 90 to 110 catches, 1,100 some yards, almost 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. He is not being drafted in leagues. He's not being picked up in leagues. People are cutting him, and he's out there. Keep Trade Cut, I think, is valuing him less than a fifth-round pick. So if you can get a wide receiver on a 2 with Aaron Rodgers on it, that could be a bargain basement steal when you know that they're going to be all over Garrett Wilson, right? They're going to be double and triple covering him, making you throw to somebody else. So that's why I think Corey Davis is a super steal, and I'm picking up pieces of Corey Davis for nothing everywhere I can go. And to me, he's a solid wide receiver 4 on your roster. All right? I'm not saying that he's a starter for sure, because you got to start in the super. We are not super flex, so 2 running backs and 3 wide receivers and a flex. He may be a flex. He may be just your bye week or injury reserve. But I think for a 5th-round pick, I mean, that's stealing, and he would give you the depth to withstand a few injuries, so you don't lose those 2 or 3 games, and you actually make the playoffs instead of not making the playoffs. All right. So the next guy on the list is Tyler Higbee. Very similar profile to Matt Stafford, right? We were just talking about double and triple coverages on Cooper Kupp, Garrett Wilson. It's going to happen in LA also. Stafford has he loves to target. I can't say that word right now. He loves to target Higbee. All right. Take a look at the stats when Higbee was in last year when Stafford was starting. He was averaging almost 10 targets a game. If he does that for a year, Stafford stays healthy. They're in an offense that throws a ton more. Higbee was in the top 5 for tight ends for tight end or touchdown targets. And that was with Stafford missing a big chunk of the year. What do you think is going to happen in a full year if Stafford's arm is better, if they're behind a lot with a bad defense? The numbers are going to be through the roof. Higbee could be a sneaky top 5 tight end this year. He's a little bit older, but he could easily be a sneaky top 5 tight end. I've been getting him again with the 4th and 5th round picks. All right. So several leagues, I've got him as Kelsey's backup. I only need him for 1 week, but if he goes off, maybe he's a flex player. Maybe I trade him for something more valuable because Kelsey's getting older. Maybe I get a younger tight end. But as long as Stafford is there and Higbee, and they don't got a solid number 2 wide receiver, Akers as the running back, Higbee is the second option for throwing the ball. All right? So that's right there is what's going to be happening a lot with Tyler Higbee. He's going to be dancing, catching touchdowns. If he catches 5 to 10 touchdowns, if he catches 90 some balls, if he puts up 1,000 yards, he's going to be a top 5 tight end. It's just that simple, right? So that's what we're talking about for buying from the bargain bin, all right? Let's go a little bit deeper, right? I'm going to give you a defense that nobody is thinking about. Oh, I'm sorry. First of all, I'm going to go with my bargain bin kicker. I don't understand why nobody likes Daniel Carlson. I don't know. I'm calling him a bargain bin kicker because even though he's been in the top 5 for kickers the last 2 years, still nobody gives him any love. And I love that nobody loves him. There are a couple things that I love to look for with kickers on my fantasy teams. Number one, I want them to be indoor kickers. So they're not kicking in the elements. It makes their accuracy and their distance kicks a lot more effective, right? Number two, I look for bad offenses. You say, Justin, why would you want a bad offense? That means that they're going to fail inside the 20 a lot of times. And instead of getting a touchdown in 1 point, you get 3 points for a short kick. You do that over and over. Teams fail in the red zone. You're kicking long 30, short 40-yard field goals. These kickers are going to make a lot of them, especially if they're indoors, which is exactly what Daniel Carlson does. He makes a lot of them. Jimmy Garoppolo is the quarterback. They're going to stop. The Raiders are going to stall around the 20-yard line or in many times, and they're going to be kicking field goals. Daniel Carlson's going to be a top 5 kicker again, and nobody's picking him because they don't think that the offense is good. That's why you don't want a good offense. Too many touchdowns equals lower point totals for your kickers. All right? So Daniel Carlson is a kicker. Now I'm going to tell you my take a chance on me defense. And it is the Minnesota Vikings. They were terrible last year. They've been terrible the last couple years. They've got a new defensive coordinator, and this is a caveat pick, right? I want the Vikings defense for like the first 6 weeks, and we'll see what happens with them. With their new defensive coordinator, they're going to be doing a lot of blitzing, a lot of shifting around. The news out of Vikings training camp is that they're confusing the Vikings offense, which has got Kirk Cousins and stuff like that. The offensive players are saying that they're doing what they're not expected to be doing, right? So if that's what's happening in a veteran offense, right, what's going to happen on game day when this is brand new? These blitzes and schemes are brand new to these quarterbacks like Justin Fields, Jared Goff, Jordan Love. I mean, the guys in the division, plus other guys that they're going to face. It's going to be new to them for the first 6 weeks. There's not going to be film on it. They're going to be very flustered. I can see turnovers. I can see sacks. I can see low yardage totals if they do it right, right? So it's a good long shot to take a chance on them because nobody knows what the heck they're going to be doing, and they're not going to show anything in preseason. So the whole point of it is it's going to be brand new for the first 4 to 6 weeks. You can make a bunch of gains on the Vikings defense, maybe trade them away before the bye week or pick up somebody else after they're through the bye week, and then you a top 5 defense, and you cruise on with them. So that's my defense to start with with bargain bin for this year. So I hope this enlightens you a little bit. These are my stupid picks that I will stick with. I've been getting a lot of these guys in my fantasy teams and leagues. So winning with the bargain bin, that's the case I'm making here July. Today? It's actually the 12th. Hopefully I'm publishing the video on the 13th. That's why I'm putting this out there on the 13th. So, but that's my prediction right now. Check it, come back, check it later in the year, see how I did with these guys, see if they're actually worth anything. Once again, we got Stafford at quarterback. We got Keontae Ingram at running back. We got Corey Davis at wide receiver. We've got Tyler Higbee at tight end. We've got Daniel Carlson as a kicker. And we got the Minnesota Vikings, a full one of each position to go get from the bargain bin. You don't have to pay anything. You can probably even pick them up off of your waivers if they haven't been drafted. I mean, you only have to give up a late 4th or a 5th round pick for any of these guys, basically, and go get them, make some money with your league, win some games, and have a great day. So we'll just end it with that video one more time. please subscribe. I'm trying to get to double digits just because I think it would be fun. Subscribe. Then you also do the notifications, hit that little bell. So when a new video is coming up, hopefully with more information like this, that you can come get that. And always super thumbs up it, right? So give me a thumbs up. All right. With that being said, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time.